Guys, it's Brandon Scott here on Opulent Finds on a Yard Sales Dime. Hope everyone's having an awesome day. Well, we decided to do things a little bit differently today. We decided to do a little podcast to talk about our adventures in the eBay world and trying to promote Opulent Finds on a Yard Sales Dime.
Yep.
But this has been an ongoing thing. Of course, I know the video's kind of slowed down a little bit. We have been posting out shorts, but we're still trying to get that up and going still, though.
Yeah, that's Opulent Finds on the Yard Sale Dime. And, our YouTube videos and stuff is part-time for us because we do a full-time job. We do appliance repair. Brandon owns a company, Titan's Appliance Solutions. And, I work with him and we do that full-time, but then we decided to do yard selling and picking, and we decided to come out with the name Opulent Finds on a Yard Sale Dime. Actually, his mom came up with that name.
Mm-hmm. Yes, my mother's the one that came up with Opulent Finds on a Yard Sale Dime. I know we're saying that name a lot, but it rolls off the tongue real easily. But Scott is right. We own and operate an appliance company. We've been doing that for 16 years now. And of course, like me and my father grew up watching American Pickers, is what kind of gave us the inspiration to do this. And we always said that it would be a fun thing to do.
Yeah, we did. We sure did.
So we just went ahead and went for it and tried it out. And sorry if y'all see Theo popping in and out between us here. But what we actually went through on a lot of stuff that we learned, especially when it comes with eBay, when it comes out with a lot of stuff that we were going through, it is a learning experience, guys. Yeah. I would say it's more of me and Scott could see doing this full time, but the whole infrastructure for it, I don't think is quite there yet.
Yeah, listen, you see these other yard sale people or pickers. You got Veteran Picker, you got the Bearded Machine, you got Commonwealth, you got
kicking and punching,
and
no, punching and picking.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Correct. Always you have Froggy Flips.
Yes. And Flippy Flop.
Yeah. And, everybody watches that, but I didn't quite understand how much work had to go into it. It's not just going to yard sales and finding things you want to buy to sell and then it just sells. You have to really, if you don't control what you're buying, and you just go in and start buying, you become a hoarder. That means, as y'all know what that means. Your house gets full. You got a bunch of stuff that just sits there. And so what I learned as I watched these videos and these people I mentioned, to see what they did and the things they picked, like noticing what a vintage shirt is, a vintage t-shirt to a regular t-shirt, a single stitch with a double stitch. Things, when it comes to glassware or, anything that's vintage, I've went from not knowing nothing to gaining a little bit of experience watching those shows. And we've only been doing this for about 3 months. Almost 3 months
it's
now.
Rolling around that 3 months now.
And, we've probably got 1,000 items that we purchased that hasn't sold, but we've probably purchased, 1,800 items. We sold 800. And, it's, you could make some of these guys make a living doing this. They do nothing else. But people thinking that it's just an easy way out or an easy job. It's not. It's constant work.
It's constantly updating, constantly make sure you update stuff that's on sale, pricing. It isn't even though we did this part-time, this is almost like a full-time job. You want to say this is not a job are idiots. This can make you a lot of money, but it's a lot of back and forth.
Let's say you don't get rich from it, but you do make money. And, editing, posting, going back in and checking your items. And when you sell them, you got to pack them, you got to print your labels. And then that's not, to me, that's the easy part.
Yes.
When you have to take the videos and edit them and put the comps in there and block out music that you can't have in there because it'll kick you off.
I'm not going to say that's hardware. It's just a lot of tedious
Oh gosh,
stuff. And like,
listen to yourself over and over again.
I don't like listening to myself, man. Especially I don't even like listening to his voice.
Yeah.
30 or 40 times just figuring out.
I want to tell you something. If it's something, if you, again, just wanted to do it, just try it, you would like it. I mean, I enjoy, this is crazy. I love going to the yard sales where they have bins full of stuff that you have to go through. I will go through every bin just to see what's in it. Because look, you don't know what you can find. We have found some pretty cool stuff that people, you don't even know that it existed.
Oh,
and we get it. And of course, we resell it. You see the sign behind us. If you go to our eBay page, you'll see everything we buy. But it's just crazy, the way people sell stuff at yard sales and they sell it for nothing. And then you can take it and sell it for something and make a profit for yourself. But it's not, you're not doing anything wrong there because you're doing a lot of work to do everything to get it to that price and get it to people that might want it.
I see why more people do the flea market with booths in a way, only ask for cash only. I see why a lot more people would do that because that to me seems a little, of course, a lot of extra work setting up the facility, but you don't have to use the internet. You don't have to use pretty much anything electronically. It's all cash only. So I see how some people make a killing doing that and charging a less amount of money for it. But when I always feel like you're missing out on money opportunity if you don't actually apply for putting it on like the internet and trying to bring up more of a social dialogue with it. It's when it comes down to a lot of the, and this is Summer. She's also going to be doing a eBay and a yard sale as well. And of course her channel and her eBay channel is going to be called
Summer's Treasure Hunt.
Yes. Summer's Treasure Hunt. And what it's going to be
her and her husband, she is Summer and her husband's name is Hunt.
Yeah.
And
they're actually training me this weekend on Saturday.
We're going to help them out and show them how to, maybe, or at least show them how hard the work is because it is a lot of work.
Yeah.
To keep up with everything.
But after I seen how much they made on their eBay account after 3 months, I was like, please show me because I need to make this kind of money.
But we do
I think it's probably easier than what it really is.
Oh, she has no idea what she's talking about.
Now, of course, we know what hard work's like too. Like with the appliance repair company, that's very taxing on the body and trying to figure out how to repair products. So I'm not saying like editing videos or eBay is a difficult job. We had difficult jobs. Just comparing those jobs to eBay, it is a little bit more.
It's just a lot of time consuming. Yes. It's tedious. I want to just yard sale, and then I want him to do all the rest.
He wants to do all the electronic stuff,
and I can't. I want him.
That's the fun part.
Yeah, but listen, I'm.
See, that's what I want to do. I want to do the fun part.
You can't.
Brandon can do the
No,
I don't like listening to Scott's voice doing the editing. You think I like listening to your voice too?
Listen, he's going to teach Summer how to edit her videos, how to get things on eBay. Something we're doing this weekend is we watch some of the videos with the other pickers and stuff and whatnot. So we have set up whatnot and we're going to go in and we have 1,000 video games that, we want to try to get rid of. NES, Cube, PlayStation, every video game we have. So we're going to try whatnot and we're going to see what we can do on it. It's going to be good. But that's this weekend. We're going to do it. We're going to try the what's it called?
Whatnot.
But what is it we're doing on Whatnot?
Oh, we're selling video games
on an auction.
We're going to try on auction sales first. I think they called it like the death clock. So we're going to try to do bidding on it.
Bidding. There you go.
And we're going to start all the games at $5 and see what sells and what doesn't sell. I mean, of course we never did Whatnot. So we're going to be doing that this weekend. As long as nothing comes up on us, we'll be doing it this weekend and have a bunch of trial and error there.
We don't know what to expect.
We don't know what,
But we're gonna try it. Look, if y'all want to come, we'll be posting on Whatnot what time we're doing it. And look, I think we're gonna do our NES games and our it's NES and what?
NES.
Yeah, so we're gonna do all of those. We got some in box, some CIB, some just
They were a lot of them are loose. A lot of them are loose
Yeah.
games, but they're in good condition.
We have some good ones too, guys.
And they all been tested and they all work. And
We probably have 500, I think. I don't know. It feels
when
like
it comes down to a lot of games that we have, it is a fair bit. That's one thing that like some pickers refuse to get. Like one that we like to watch.
the
The veteran picker. And he seems to be a cool dude. I'd love to meet him in person.
I watch his videos more than I do most everybody else because he does teach.
Yeah.
And then he talks about his sales afterwards. You learn a lot from him. But I found out that he don't like really buying video games because, look, there's not a lot of money to be made in video games unless you find the right ones.
Mhm.
And then they are like, a lot of the Pokemon games, they tend to sell a lot. But, just regular games that you find, if you don't find quantity, there's not a lot of money to be made in the video games. But some video games can be worth a lot of money.
Like if you find a lady that's selling a giant box worth of stuff, definitely go ahead and try to buy it if you get a good penny for
A lady, because she's selling her husbands or her boyfriends.
Yeah, if you find an angry girlfriend that doesn't like her boyfriend,
So it's just smart. Summer's gonna come right back through here again. She's letting her meet her dogs. But listen, we're doing this podcast today. We might do one possibly on a weekly basis or a monthly basis. We're not sure. Just talk about things we find. We just recently, yard sales are gonna come scarce here real soon because of winter time. So we're trying to build up our inventory so we have good inventory. But again, on these videos from the other pickers that we watch, and I do enjoy watching them all. The first one, I'm not going to change that. Hey,
No.
good Lord.
I got to cut this part out. Sir, put these dogs up. Sir, put these dogs up. I got to cut this part out.
Summer. Hey, it's all right. Summer, quit yelling. Just let it go.
Did he hit tell me to move the camera?
No, he didn't.
Quit.
Oh. All right, guys.
All right.
Sorry for the
I got to cut that part out.
Summer, stop. Quit bringing them over here. We're trying to do this. You're killing me. So what we do is we go to a thrift store, and you can go to Goodwill, Salvation Army, any small town thrift stores, Christian stores. They appreciate the sales, and sometimes you can get good deals on them. I mean, I have gone into thrift stores and found good deals on stuff. But the thing is, when you're first starting, you really need to watch videos. You need to watch everybody's video on this thrift store stuff because you need to learn how to purchase the good stuff and not purchase stuff people don't want. I'll give you an example. I took my other daughter, not the one that you're seeing there. I took her with me yard selling Saturday. And I'm buying stuff for our Opulent Finds on a Yard Sale Dime store. And I'm going through finding stuff, and I look at her, and she's buying plants. And she was supposed to be helping me. She's buying plants. She's buying clothes for herself. And I don't mind her doing that. That's why she wants to buy it for herself. But she couldn't do this, what we do, because she's looking for herself and not for the company. So if you're yard selling, it's hard not to go in there and want to buy stuff for yourself when actually you need to buy stuff for your store. You need to know what people want, what they want to buy. And we've learned that. Me and Brandon's bought a lot of stuff that people don't want.
What we're hurting in and trying to understand is comic books.
Yes, God.
Like we bought a crap ton of comic books that we got screwed over.
We didn't. Look, he can't say screwed over. We screwed ourselves.
Well, we screwed ourselves over because we thought we knew what we wanted, but we didn't.
Look, so we got some good comic books, but they're not valuable. And then the same thing with sports cards. We went and bought a huge box of sports cards, and I was going through them too much work. It was so much work. So I called a sports guy. I said, "Hey, I got this big box of sports cards." He goes, "Are the 80s and 90s?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "It's trash." I went, "Oh my gosh!"
And we called
$50 on this box.
We called 2 sports places just to make sure.
Yeah, and all of them
They all said the same.
So we sort of stay away from sports cards and comic books. Don't get me wrong. If we know the difference between a 1980 and a 1955, I bought some 1955 baseball cards. I have them. They're not worth really, there's some good ones, some bad ones. I just got them put up. I think I keep them for a few years and they might be good. But there are people out there who are successfully buying
a
sports cards and they're making money, but we just don't know that business well.
Yeah.
Look, we don't even know this business well that we're doing. We're still learning.
Oh, yeah.
We're about 10%.
Like, we're not pros like the other guys, like all the other YouTube pictures.
Look, the other guys say the same thing. You walk through a yard sale and you'll pass by 3 items that's worth thousands of dollars, and you reach down and pick up the one that's worth 50 because you know it.
Exactly.
But you don't know the other stuff. So it's just learning, because people sell stuff at yard sales that they have no idea what they have either.
Mm-hmm.
And
or there's some people that we go to that think that the item's worth $1,000. It turns out it's not even worth $20.
Yeah, correct. And eBay having where you can, or Google, or you could Google Glass, or you can go on eBay and use their price charting, or with the games the games have price charting.
Yes.
And you have ways to look at things to get them priced.
The apps that you need to look into if you do want to end up getting into that we found out that are helpful. It's like what Scott says, Google Glass, eBay Scan Lens is a good one. But if you're getting video games, price charting. If you want to know prices like on collectible cards kind of stuff, there's an app called Lux. And if you want to know about what Pokemon cards, TCG Player is the one that a lot of people recommend to use.
Look, there's a lot of stuff out there. You got to be careful, because some people will look at what people are asking for them. The reality is they'll go there. I saw this on there they're selling it for $169. And then you go in and look at the sold, and it's sold for $20. It's hard to explain that to the people who are trying to sell it. You just probably need to walk away from it at that point, because you're not going to be able to get them to come down. You don't want to make them angry.
Yes, and a lot of people get that confused, because with the moment you scan an item on eBay, it pulls up a roster for you. That roster is all asking prices. That is not sold prices. What a lot of people are doing that we're noticing that actually use eBay as a reference, they're going by what people are asking, which is the first prompter. They have to go by what it's sold for in the listing that shows everything green. You hit a filter, then you hit sold, and then it shows you what it's sold for. And that's what you would go by. That's what people go by, because most items, there's items I've seen, there was like a couple of yard sales we went to where people used eBay as the reference. People asking high prices. I think it was like some doll or something like that you wanted to buy. People wanted I think it was like $150, $180 is what people were asking for. But when you looked at sold prices, it was going for like $20, $30. And when those margins are that high, that's when you kind of have to back away, because that means you're going to try to ask 10 for it. Yeah. And they're thinking that you're trying to screw them over, but you're not.
Yeah, correct. That's what you just got to be careful, and if that yard sale's high, you go find you another yard sale, because it's probably 1, 2 or 3 miles down the road, luckily.
Yeah. Well, where we live at, we're actually out in the middle of nowhere land. So our pickings on yard sales and all that kind of stuff is very, very slim.
We have to travel. We went to Georgia, up close to Atlanta, and spent the weekend and found tons of yard sales. We're probably going to venture out. Our videos on our YouTube channel, we'll start putting them in when we go to these different places. But where we're at, it's terrible, because if you go on to like Facebook Marketplace, or you go somewhere looking for the yard sales, some of these people don't pull this stuff off. Yeah. So you go travel all the way out there and it's not there no more. And then you message them. You should message them before you go. Message them, hey, this yard sale, you're not. They're going, oh, that was 3 weeks ago. And I'm going, oh, gosh. Yeah.
And sadly, like for us, we had to travel like 10 to 20 miles for one yard sale.
So
and hopefully, and sometimes it's hunches, and sometimes it's reassurance on some of the things.
But look, it gives you opportunity to ride around. I mean, if you go to, like, we live near Dothan, Alabama, we can ride around there and find a bunch. And then we live close to Panama City Beach, Panama City. We can ride around there too and find them. That's the fun thing. Just ride around sometimes. Sometimes it get annoying because, you don't have them just everywhere. Mm-hmm. But you just need to look them up. I wish they would come up with this great app that people do, like with Airbnb. As soon as they put up the calendar, you put it there, and as soon as that calendar date goes away, it goes away. It would be great if they had some kind of an app that was like an Airbnb app or something, so people could schedule their.
Well, they got them like in major cities. It's just in like the country where we're at.
It's somebody anywhere, man. It would be nice to have that.
It would be, but someone's got to make it where everyone's using it. Similar like. Well, even like Facebook Marketplace, even like the way they post things as well.
It's good. And look, I'm going to be honest. Sometimes buying stuff on Facebook Marketplace can be good because those people are negotiable in there. On there, I scan through it all the time. I actually take pictures of their item. Of course, I go to eBay. I scan it on eBay and see if their price is comparable. If it's the same, I'll shoot them a price and trying to get them halfway. See if they'll sell it to me halfway. I bought a few things off of Facebook Marketplace. It made big turnaround sales on them doing that.
It also, too, what we learned from pictures as well, when you're buying things for holiday purposes,
yes,
Halloween, Christmas, all those kind of fun holidays, you just got to remember, if you buy it after the holiday's over, you notice that sale, if you have a place to stock, because that's the borderline hoarder disorder where you can pretty much
gotta be careful.
Buy a bunch of stuff because it's all got cheap, and guess what? If you really sell it during Halloween and stuff, it could possibly sell even higher.
But there's a chance it might not sell, and you'll be stuck with it again. So what he's saying is he fusses at me because I'll go into a store, and I hate I do this, and I'll look for the sales item, and I'll get my phone out and scan all the stuff that's on sale to see if it's a good deal. But 90% of the time it's not. The stores don't even bring it low enough to be lower than a sale. But you got all these Walmart and Home Depot and Lowe's that their Halloween stuff we did buy. Yep, they had a
not Uncle Fester. It's the hairy creature from Adam's Family. I can't think of his name.
And he sold for $169, and they had him on sale for $49.
Yes,
so we purchased it. We only purchased one. I know there were 4 or 5 there, but we don't know how that's going to do next year when we sell it.
Because people usually buy things that are more relevant.
I want to say this. We did sell some Halloween stuff.
Oh, yeah.
This guy came. We had a bunch of Halloween stuff for sale. This guy came and purchased a whole stew of Halloween stuff I had for $150. I bought it for a lower price, and I sold it for $150, and he came and bought it 2 days after Halloween.
I know, paid $150 for it.
A little shocking, but that's 1 in a million. Most people are going to be like you, and they're looking for the deals after Halloween sales.
Yes.
But when Halloween comes, people are buying them because they want it and need it.
Yes.
Just be careful. You don't want to become a hoarder. My wife would she's not into this picking. And
that's an
understatement with the yard selling. Now she does like the money that we're making. I know that's a little contradictive, but she didn't think it was making money. But when we show her what it's making, she sort of changes her mind. Mm-hmm. But she still struggles with us going to yard sales because then she thinks y'all are becoming hoarders. But we actually aren't. We are shopping for what we need and what sells. But she did go yard selling with me one time and just bought the shirts. They had this clothing, and they were selling them for like $3 a shirt. And I think she bought 25 shirts, and I'm looking at her going, well, who's the order? But besides what, we have sold a few of them.
Oh, yes.
But it's, look, if y'all decide to do this, I think it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's fun. If you're old like me, it's good exercise. You get out of the house. It is a lot of work behind it, though. The videos, the editing, adding things into the edit, making sure things aren't in there that's not supposed to be in there. Because, YouTube has restrictions that if they hear any music, they'll kick it off. If they
copyright.
Yeah, if they have something in there that you shouldn't see, they'll kick it off.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to be careful. And Brandon, best editor in the world, I've seen him do the edits. And look, y'all could go see what he does too if you go to the Opulent Finds on a Yard Sale Dime on our Facebook page. No,
Facebook,
YouTube page, and subscribe.
Yes, where y'all watching this right now, you're gonna see most of the edits I've done. I, of course, know you think it on great. I know there's people that are 100 times better than me, so
yes,
don't rush me too
I never understood that when we watched the videos before and they were popping up the comps and stuff and them editing and doing voiceovers. I didn't know how much work was entailed in that until I sat next to him in the video room and I listened to me and him for about 15 minutes talk back and forth. I said, I can't do this anymore.
And I'm not saying now, imagine doing it like 30 times.
Yeah, so I had to get up and leave.
Point, right?
So my job in this business venture we have is to put everything on eBay and price it and have it ready for people to buy. And now we're fixing to do Whatnot. So I'm fixing to take all the stuff that we're going to be doing the bidding on.
And of course on Whatnot, we're starting small first, guys. So we're not going to put our full listing.
We need to know how to do it first. It's sort of scary. We haven't done it before. We just want to make sure we do it right. We don't want people going, oh, God, look at them two fat boys in there. They don't know what they're doing.
That's probably what they're thinking now.
Yeah, I know. So, look, we're going to do the Whatnot coming up this weekend. We're going to have some NES games. Y'all need to come and look at it. So look us up on Whatnot. It's Opulent Finds on the Yard Sale Dime.
All the links, guys, are going to be on the bottom of this video, though. Yeah. So we're going to get into a couple more things here, too. Now, there's one thing I want to jump into with eBay.
All right.
When you first start on eBay and what me and Scott learned about returns, how customers are like on eBay, because we've been doing it for 3 months now on eBay.
Scammers out there. You got to be careful.
There's a fair bit. I'm not going to say not all of them were scammers. All of them were swell people.
Yeah,
there's some that
buy from us, but it's just the way things happen. You got to just be careful.
It was actually funny that one that got us about the video game. There was like a Spider-Man video game that the customer said that ripped in half, like literally bent right in half. But when I asked for request for the stuff back, and when he sent me the back, I got the case where the game fitted into. The case ain't even bent. It's perfectly fine.
But the game was broken into like 3 pieces.
Yeah. So the game itself, we found out that we had to go ahead and they got us on that.
No, this is where we sort of messed up too at first thing on eBay. When people were asking for a refund, we would go in there and hit refund. Just give them the money so they got to keep our product and get their money back.
Yeah. So
we found out that you could ask for a return.
Yes.
And then you'd get a refund. But what we were doing, we were hitting return, and right below it, they'll go send a refund. And we wouldn't really pay attention.
Yes, like when you go through the process of doing the returns, you hit the return button, or they submit in, say they wanted to return the item. You go through there, you hit accept return, and you send in their shipping label throughout the process. But after you do that request, on the bottom, it says do refund. You do not hit that button
until you get
the product back.
Yeah.
Because if you hit that button, they will get the money back, and
you will not get your product back.
So, we learned that on. I hate saying products that we do.
We sell a lot of appliance parts on eBay because we're an appliance repair company, so we sell appliance parts, and we probably 20% of the appliance parts are electronic parts. People are getting them and they're saying, "Oh, it don't work," and they're sending them back. Mm-hmm. So we're trying to find a method to be able to know that they're sending our part back. So we're probably going to get black light markers and mark on our parts. And when we get them back, shine the black light on the part to see if we get our part back. So we're probably going to do open box new on the parts so we can determine, and we're going to put that in our notes that, hey, we have black light marks on our parts. Please make sure you send us back our part.
And we know not all customers do this.
No,
we just know that usually the people that do this are falling on hard times. They don't want, or some of them misdiagnosed it. They know it's wrong, then it's wrong.
Correct.
and they order a part that's no longer needed at that point. That happens a fair bit too. So it's kind of a hit or miss on what needs to be handled there, but it's just what we learned as we go along. I mean, like I said, this is a heavy
Look,
learning.
you got a lot of people say, "Oh, I don't like eBay because they look after their buyers and not their sellers." But we haven't. I'll be honest with you, we haven't run into that big of a problem, and I actually like eBay. It's easy. It's not hard, and we've sold a lot. You know, we've had to return a few things. Some of it's our fault. Some of it could be the customer's fault.
It's almost like vinyls.
Right.
We learned the hard way on that one.
Yeah.
Too.
So yeah, because we didn't know how to pack vinyls.
Yeah. Well, that was actually a funny one. That we learned how to pack the vinyls correctly from a customer messaging us.
Yeah, saying y'all need to learn how to see.
Y'all need to learn how to do vinyl sets.
Yeah.
He sent us a link saying watch this, and we watched it. Like, oh.
So we went on everything we needed to do to send the vinyls right.
Yeah.
And then now we're going to try Whatnot, because some of the people who do eBay, and we love eBay. We like it, but we're going to try Whatnot, and we're going to see how it does, because we got plenty of stuff we can put on Whatnot and sell too. So that's what we're going to try them this weekend and probably go forth with that.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that right, Summer?
That's right.
Because it's going to be a learning experience, guys. And like I said, we're always learning. We're not perfect in the least here.
But look, if y'all can, we're trying to get subscribers on our YouTube channel. We would appreciate it if y'all would go in and subscribe. If y'all want to, go to our eBay channel. We got some cool stuff on there, from glassware to clothing, video games, consoles, everything you can think of. We can do this. Sorry about the interruption here, guys.
Well, the camera's still up.
So just remember, if you ever do a podcast, don't have your dogs outside.
Yeah.
We got some great dogs, but
they like to play rough.
Come on, boys, get out of here. Let's go. Go play. Go get.
Yeah.
So I know you get looking at a little ass right there, but I apologize for that.
Oh yeah.
But thanks, guys. Look, please subscribe. We appreciate y'all watching us.
Yes.
I know this was a little long. If you have anything, put notes in there. If you have any questions about anything, we'll be more than glad to answer it. But after we do our Whatnot page, we're going to come back and have another podcast and tell y'all how the Whatnot thing went.
Yes.
I know that I'm letting you know that eBay, you got to get set up with them. But if you get set up with them, it's really easy. It's not difficult. We don't know about the Whatnot yet. We're going to be trying it this weekend, and we'll let y'all know how it goes. But please go subscribe on our channel on YouTube.
Yes. And y'all have yourself a lovely evening, lovely afternoon.
Yeah. Opulent Finds on a yard sales dime. Come on, guys. Subscribe to us.
Y'all have yourself a good one.
Thanks,
now.
guys.
All right.